Well, hey guys, it looks like my computer does have a microphone after all, so I can actually start adding sound to my videos. In any case, this is my response to Dememi's video, Simple Proof God Does Exist. So here we go. Okay, he starts out with a fairly basic claim: God exists and he made everything and he's going to prove it. Let's see exactly how this turns out here. And he takes the basic route, the watchmaker argument. Very thinly disguised. It's just basically the world exists, it was designed, it must have had a designer. This is very, very common and also very, very inconvincing. Let's look at why. The watchmaker argument is a prime example of one of the most famous logical fallacies of all time. It's circular logic. It's also called begging the question, but basically it means, hey, the universe was designed, so it must have had a designer. The universe had a designer, the universe was designed. Neither one can be true unless the other one is. Both of them mean pretty much exactly the same thing, and if either one is wrong, the other is wrong. The basis for the argument is false. That is, it's false if the conclusion is false, and the basis doesn't support the conclusion. It is the conclusion. Okay, well, next he goes on to expound on this thing that the universe must have had a creator using another logical fallacy. He uses an analogy where you find a sheet of aluminum in your house and you know somebody put it there because aluminum doesn't just come from nothing. So somebody must have put it there. This is actually two separate logical fallacies. Let's look at them, shall we? The first fallacy here is he says that the universe must have been made by something, God, but he doesn't address the question, who made God? That's big hole there. Then we have another slightly less obvious logical fallacy, a false analogy. He assumes that the creation of the universe took place in somewhere where the laws of our universe still apply. See, before the universe was made, there was no time, because time and space are inside our universe. So outside our universe, there's no time, there's no law of cause and effect. Stuff can't just happen for no good reason. So our universe could have just come into existence. His argument rests on the fact that there has to be a cause for the universe. But again, that leads us to the who made God thing. So, yeah, it doesn't work. Sorry. I just dealt with this slide in the false analogy statement. It still relies on the fact that the Big Bang was created somewhere where the laws of cause and effect still applied. It wasn't. And the only real reason I bring this one up is because of the last statement. Even if the theory is true, it does not contradict God or the Bible. Yeah, it does. Sorry to burst your little bubble there, but have you ever even bothered to read Genesis at all? Okay, just gonna say, just no. No. Okay, well, this is the last frame of his show, and it says it's common sense to believe that God exists. Well, you know what else was common sense? That the world was flat, that the sun went around the earth, that if you sailed too far you would fall off the edge. We know that isn't true now. And anyway, your comment about dogs and bats, well, we know they can sense things that we can't, but we can prove that the things that they sense are real. We can prove that through machinery. That's the thing. We can go through and look at this stuff and find out what it is, and there isn't any need for this God that you propose. There isn't any evidence, and that's it. That's the end of this discussion. I'm sorry. That That's just it. You can't give any evidence for it. Or if you can, I haven't seen it. So, try again. The Wild Magic out. Live long and prosper.